All right. I'll sit this way that way you can see more of her. But like I mentioned, the very first thing that we're working on day one is introducing that marker. So y'all are both in fields where you learn a ton. We're just working on classical conditioning, a neutral stimulus. So the sound of my mouth is going to be paired with an unconditioned reinforcer. So something that's already valuable to her, as is beef liver. One of the tricks with this is having my hands empty when the sound happens so that it predicts instead of being at the same time. Dropped one over there instead. Shoop. And then the treat gets produced. I like that you had already worked with her just a little bit on that, so I decided to keep that going. The higher value we start with, the more she associates it with something extra amazing, and it gets that association built up really strong, really fast. Fine. If y'all ever decide you want to change it, all you're going to do is do the exact same thing I'm doing right now, but with whatever other word or sound you wanted it to be. You can do the same thing with your other dog with a different sound. That is one of the tricks with multiple dogs, is each dog has a different sound. That makes it a lot clearer which one you're trying to reward if you're working all at the same time. She's already starting to get excited when she hears the sound, which is exactly what we want. I want her to go, "Ooh, I'm going to get a reward." Look at that. And with how smart she is, we can pretty quickly start introducing commands to it. I got to break some of these pieces up a little bit smaller, or find some more easily breakable ones. All right, come here. The other thing we can work on is luring. If you put the treat under your thumb like this so that she's not right on your fingers, you can take your hand and guide her around without her biting your fingers, which is actually a skill we need to work on because it helps us start the heel. Waiting for her to stand up, and then I will click. There we go. Yeah, you do learn fast. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm praising you for standing this time. This way. But we can do the same thing for a sit. Break. So that's the first different one that we're going to start introducing, where break means that she's all done with her command. All of her stable commands, so sit, down, and place, which is going to be sitting on the bed, well, not the couch, the car, the scale at the vet, the bench, it doesn't matter. You're placing her on whatever object it is you want her on. Right. Sit. And we can break. And while she's learning, the first couple times, I'll either toss a treat away or help guide her away with my body. But once she gets the idea that break means she's done with a command, then she can stay wherever she wants. If she's in a down and you break her, she can stay there just fine. She does not have to move anywhere if she's comfy. Good girl. Good girl. And then we can do the same thing with a down. So I saw that she was already following a lure with, I'm blanking on your other dog's name. I think it started with a B, but I'm totally blanking right now. But she was following you down to the ground. So we can do the same thing. Guide her down. Kind of squeaked on that one. Break. And introduce the break cue at the bottom the second she gets all the way down. Break. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Sit. Break. Yeah. And one thing we're doing with introducing the down that way as a sit and then a down is because we want her to get in the habit of her hips going down first and then her chest coming down, and not leaving her hips up in the air, because that's going to put extra strain on her hips. And obviously we don't want that. We want her joint health to be lovely. That's why you've got so many supplements. Yeah. Weeding. Weeding. Come on. You're so sweet. So once 9 out of 10 times she's got that lure into the down, which I'm pretty sure will be in about 2 minutes here, then we start adding the word, and I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later in the day. We're about to add a word to her new command. So this is the process. She's been doing it well 9 out of 10 times. And at this point, I'm just going to add the word. Freya, place. Good girl. Break. Good job. Should we do it again? Place. So smart. Break. Do it again. She's like, I'm circling back. We can use that to trick her. Come. Good girl. Place. Good girl. Break. Good job. Good job. Yeah. She's like, I'm ready to go again. Yeah. Work and breed wants to work. Shocker. Yeah. Such a smarty pants. Ready? She's still so ready. I didn't ask her for it. Technically, if I don't ask her for it, I can finish it off by telling her place. I'm telling her she made the right choice. Break. Good. Well, let's try an actual one. Ready? Place. I know you're so ready. Good. So, now that she's got it with the name 9 out of 10 times, she moves fast. We can add what we call our 3Ds: distance, duration, distraction. Those are the 3 ways to test impulse control. So distance, how far away can I go? We're up to about 5 feet. duration, which is how long she can stay there. She's doing pretty well already at 30 to 45 seconds. And then distraction. So what else can be going on around her? And we've done little tiny things like moving a toy. Nothing that takes a whole lot of impulse control. You can do other little just little things to introduce her to other parts of. So I'm not actually delivering the reward until her butt's on the ground. So, the rules with place. She can switch between sitting and laying down as she pleases, but her butt should be on there. Break! Good job. But her butt should be on there all the time. Once you get further with her, that's when I'll let dogs stand up if I know that they're going to do really well and they're still going to be able to stay on there. During her 10-day board and train, that's not going to happen. But that's something you guys can work with her on in the future. But the other one we've been working on, I'll write it in the email, hopefully, if I remember in 20 minutes here. But wanted to know which side you want her on for the heel. We've been practicing a little bit on both sides. We haven't added a name, so it's just walking her around. And she's just following my hand. And we do that until she's set solid walking next to me with a lure before adding a name. So it wasn't crucial that I had it earlier today. She was just getting used to walking next to me, but she is picking up on things fast. Freya, come. Beautiful. All right, so we'll do it without snacks in my hand. If you have a snack in your hand, it's bribing. So, sit down. We can either hand her the snack as is or place it in between her front paws. Break. If you hand her the snack out of your hand, one of the things I try to always do is feed below eye level. So I'm not going to give her her snack way up here so that she has to reach for it. I'm going to do it at least where her eyes are, if not a little bit lower. So she's never trying to reach for it. It's just right there available for her. And we've been doing a 50-50 mix of her dry food and the beef liver treats. And that's been working fantastic. She has an amazing appetite, which is fabulous. She's very easy to work with. And I've had a lot of dogs that have been very nervous lately, so it's a lot of fun to be able to work with one who's not as nervous and just ready to go. Come. Freya, come. Ooh, this is a hard one. Right here. Typically we'll use a leash for that one, but we'll reset her. Freya, come. There we go. Place. Good. Ooh, the treat fell over there. That's going to be a hard one. There you go. And see what happens if I drop it in front of her. No. That's okay. That one was way too hard for you. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. You don't have enough impulse control built up yet. Watch, she'll get it by like tomorrow afternoon. Break. There you go. Good job. One of the first distractions I always try and work on is dropping food, because naturally just working with them, you're going to drop food every once in a while because you're working with handfuls of dry dog food. So it's a good one to work on early to get that impulse control. Hi.